All right. Hello, friends. Chris Baker here. I'm the founder and executive director of the Other Ones Foundation here in Austin, Texas. And welcome to our fourth installment of our nonprofit success guide series. Last episode, we talked about mission, vision, and values, and we promised a whole video just on values. So this is that video. Core values. Why are they important? Where do they come from? What are they? Stick around to learn more. Let's get into it. So last time we talked about mission, vision, and values. The mission, of course, is the behavior. That's how we're doing the thing. The vision is the world that we're hoping to create with that behavior. And the values are abstract ideas that inform and even underpin an organization's behavior and identity. The values are attributes that we strive to live by. These are words that we would hope that people would use to describe us when talking about us, our organization, even if there's a big but in there. So, for example, I would like to hear someone describe me as honest, even if they said, boy, Chris is really honest, but he's kind of a jerk or whatever. Values are also different from beliefs. We can apply different values to similar belief systems to wildly different results. For example, the belief that homelessness is bad, underpinned with a core value of unconditional positive regard, will guide us towards action that serves people in such a way that assumes that a great many factors contributed to their homelessness, and that the primary action that we're going to take is trying to help that person get housed. Alternatively, the belief that homelessness is bad, underpinned with a core value of rugged self-determination, will guide us towards serving people in such a way that assumes that the situation they found themselves in is somehow of their own making. And that in order to get to a place that they deserve housing, they first and foremost have to change their behavior. In that case, the thrust of the work would be in helping someone change their behavior. There's a lot of nuance there, but the action would be very, very different. Further, we can believe things that aren't true. Many of us build belief systems that are in direct opposition to our core values. A personal core value of mine is that all people are fundamentally good and deserve to have their basic human needs met. Even though rest is a basic human need, I sometimes believe that I haven't done enough to deserve rest. All right, so let's get to some nuts and bolts. Here are some examples of some core values from the TOOF playbook. The values that we've chosen to adopt are fierce authenticity, engaged community, integrity, innovation, equity, reliability, unconditional positive regard, radical kinship, and resiliency. So let's take a look at some of this. Let's talk about radical kinship. One of TOOF's beliefs is that one of the major causes of homelessness worldwide is that people's support network tends to dissolve or in some cases never existed in the first place. For most people, the organic support network, the family, is what prevents them from falling into the experience of homelessness in the first place. And so much of the work that we do at the Other Ones Foundation is about simulating the organic support network in order to help people get off the streets. We believe that if all people were able to experience radical kinship, then there would be no homelessness. Kinship is a word that means family. Kinship is family. Family is kinship. We've inserted this word into our core values because it reflects one of our strong beliefs and it helps us further build our belief system on top of. Integrity is another one of our core values. Someone who's behaving with integrity means what they say and says what they mean. It's honesty. It's a word that describes a way of being. Integrity. I would like for people to say about the Other Ones Foundation when we're not looking, maybe I don't like what they did, but they did it with integrity. Fierce authenticity. Fierce authenticity. bringing our authentic selves. This is how we show up. These words have been chosen and combined together carefully. I would like for people to say about myself and about my organization that maybe they don't like how we look, but they know that the way that we look is presenting our authentic selves. Reliability. This is another word chosen very carefully. And if you're operating a nonprofit, I very strongly encourage you to adopt this as one of your core values as well. Whatever you do, do it reliably. You'll notice that none of these core values say anything about homelessness because they're not about homelessness. They're about how we show up and how we form our belief systems and how we underpin those belief systems with action. So how do you find your values? Start an exercise, write them down. Start with, what do I want people to say about me or about my organization when I'm not there? Make a list. Start with a big long list and then start taking things out until you get to the real core of what your identity is. The core values are really about what identifies you as an organization and as a person, not necessarily what sets you apart, but what makes you you. Why you do the things that you do is in the mission statement. The work and the world that you're trying to create is in the vision. The core values are how you show up, how you do the work, how you choose to create and build your identity. You'll notice that nowhere in any of our core values is anything about homelessness or really about the work that we do at all. The core values are about who we are. The core values are about how we show up. The core values are how we've chosen to build our belief systems and our actions around our identity. The core values is us. The core values is you. The core values are the things that are inside you that guide you to do the work in a way that's meaningful, that's reliable, and is in line with who you are as a person or who your organization is as an entity. Okay, so here we are. We have talked about mission and vision. Now, as promised, we've delivered you a whole video on values. We talked about forming a nonprofit. We've talked about finding your purpose. So now let's actually get to work and do some stuff. Next time, we're going to talk about rallying the troops, how you set yourself up as a resource to your community, and how you leverage your community's resources to get you there. More on that next time. This has been another installment of the Other Ones Foundation's Nonprofit Success Guide. We'll talk to you soon.